Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. I want to thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight. As we go to air, police finding more secret evidence in Zahra's disappearance, confirming they have definite persons of interest. Right now, cops at a creek near another of stepmommy's rental homes.
The murder of this child.
They keep calling my lawyers and wanting an interview with me.
On the scene,
using paddles to feel their way, trying to find evidence in Zahra's disappearance.
They're claiming it's a crime scene.
Have investigators found Zahra Baker?
There are so many missing kids, but Zahra isn't missing.
It's very clear that this child has been murdered.
Zahra dead. Dead.
Child is dead.
They have said she's dead.
No sign of her.
10-year-old girl in North Carolina, Zahra Baker.
They are looking for a body.
She had nothing to do with this.
It's a homicide.
What do you think happened to Zahra?
I don't know.
She was already gone when I found her. And she found me to tell her story. And to find her and put her to rest.
We are taking your calls live straight out to Gene Casares, legal correspondent in session. A new search yet again near one of stepmommy's rental homes. But in this one, Gene, they've really shut a lot of the media down. They have cordoned off the area far on either side and established a no-fly zone. They aren't speaking to anybody that goes by. They have a frantic tone. They go, I can't talk about it, I can't talk about it, and keep on going. They've got a medical examiner on site right now as we go to air, Gene.
Nancy, this homicide investigation is getting very, very intensive. The search area, it is a creek. It is off the Dudley Shoals Road area. We've heard that name, Dudley Shoals Road. That is the area that Elisa Baker took authorities to several weeks ago. It's also the area that she lived within a mile of 3 years ago. But Nancy, they say on the ground that something significant has been found as they have searched that creek and that land area. And as you just said, two significant factors. Helicopters with news cameras cannot fly over the area. And number two, the medical examiner, Nancy, has gone to the scene.
You know, Gene Casares, last night when we believed a bone had been found, we don't know if anything had been found or not found. We know that a lot of evidence was taken away and sent for investigation, sent for analysis. We don't know what it is, but I do know that tonight, just a couple of hours ago, the medical examiner was called to this site. Gene, where do we believe the stepmother lived in relation to tonight's search?
Very close, less than a mile away, extremely close, 3 years ago. And Nancy, this particular area also is where animal carcasses traditionally have been dumped in the area. Bones are there, animal bones. Prosecutors would say that a human bone there, someone would intentionally put it there to just get amongst all the animal bones.
Right now, joining us out of Pensacola, Florida, Brad Dennis. He's the Director of Search Operations with Class Kids Foundation. Brad Dennis, when you bring the medical examiner to stand by throughout the search, a night search, that means a lot.
Nancy, absolutely. I think this entire search effort means a lot. I mean, they've brought all of their searchers into really tight spacing. They have a closed grid search. They're using GPS technology to map every aspect of their search right now. And more importantly, they brought the ME there to be able to immediately make field identification of any remains that they're finding.
Also with us from Miami, Michael Gast. He is the founder and trainer at the National Academy of Police Diving. Michael Gast, a muddy creek, a muddy river like this is very, very difficult because when you go under, see this water is murky brown. It's very, very hard to find anything.
Yes, it is. It's very hard, and you have to have a good systematic search to be able to accomplish anything.
Michael Gast, I've done many night dives myself, and it's very, very hard to see anything. Do you advise them not to search at night, underwater? It's very difficult from my experience.
Well, it's more difficult at night than it is in the daytime. The main thing is the safety factor for the divers, but good trained divers can accomplish the same thing day or night. But if you want to be more thorough in your search and your finality of it, the daytime would be more appropriate.
Well, Michael Gast, founder, trainer, National Academy of Police Diving, a night search, a night dive, you can hardly see. You can hardly see it all. And combined with the murky and muddy nature of this water, something could be right in front of them and they don't see it. Or they could step on it. Remember, the bottom of this is extremely muddy. And anything that's there, they could definitely compress down into the mud by stepping on it.
That's correct. But if they're properly trained, they can get down into the water and not have to step on it. The other aspect of it would be, most of the time you're in a running water like a river or a creek, you're not going to have any visibility anyways. So again, the best means would be to get down on your belly and search with scuba gear.
You know what, Michael, you're absolutely correct. I had completely discounted the fact this running water. It's going to be very difficult to find anything in running water. With me right now at the search site in Granite Falls, North Carolina, the editor of the Hickory Daily Record, John Miller, is joining us. John, what do you know?
Well, one of the things we know, Nancy, that we're about 300 yards from the search site right now. But I do want to make sure that everybody understands that two things. Right now, today, they did not actually have scuba gear. They had water teams that were examining the water, examining the rocks. They were wading through the water from a few inches to 5 feet deep, but they only had protective gear on, but they did not have scuba gear. The other thing is that.
Okay, I think I lost John Miller. We'll go right back to him as soon as we can get our satellite up. Unleash the lawyers. Kelly St. Dunn, family law attorney, New York. Remy Spencer, defense attorney in New York. Richard Herman, defense attorney, joining us from Vegas tonight. It's an all-out search, Richard Herman. What do you think?
Well, first, Nancy, I would pay money to see you in your night dive outfit. That's got to be something. But let me tell you, this is... Yes.
Put him up. Put him up.
No, don't put me up.
Richard.
Don't do it. Yes.
Zahra is 10 years old.
I know.
Her prosthetic leg has been found.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
They're out working. Police are working right now while you're yucking it up.
I'm
They're
not
trying to
yucking it.
find Zahra's bones. Now, don't you think this would be a good time for either Adam or Alyssa Baker to break down and tell the truth?
Well, if they have anything to do with this, Nancy, I think Elisa Baker is psychotic. I think she's nuts. I don't think she has any credibility in anything she says, so she's out. Was there luminol findings at the house? That's what I want to know.
I'm sorry for laughing, but that was funny. The screen is showing police have confirmed they have definite persons of interest. I haven't seen that come out in the media today, unless there's going to be an update in the newspaper tonight, but I have not seen that quote anywhere in any of the articles that I have posted online. And the medical examiner, I gather he's there. Didn't see that online either, but if the reporter is saying such, then that has to be fact, because that's the only thing we have to go on that may be fact, is if there's an on-site reporter, more so than a better going across the screen. Sorry for the laughter, but I just couldn't resist. That was funny. It was priceless.